Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I'm feeling so nervous. I think it's because I've never done a video like this. I'm getting all shy, but if you're new here, I'm Neve. I make content about living on a Scottish island and about slowing down and just kind of embracing that simple life, I guess. I love being outside in nature and kind of just doing nothing. Not doing nothing, but getting cozy and just, yeah, focusing on the simple moments in life. However, I have never just sat down and spoke to you guys about me and got personal with you guys, really. I think as time's gone on with my YouTube channel, I definitely have felt more comfortable and like it's a safe space to kind of share how I'm feeling. And so it has turned more personal in that sense, and I feel like I can just talk to you guys and keep it real with you guys about how I'm feeling, which is really nice. But it's kind of come to my attention that a lot of people won't actually know much about me because I've never sat down and done like a backstory or anything. So I thought we could do that today. Grab a cuppa, I've got a coffee here, and get cozy and we can just chat for a change. I did ask some of you guys for questions on my other socials quite a while ago because I was going to do a sit down talking video when I reached 100k on YouTube, 100k subscribers that is, and I never did it. I actually sat down to film it and I edited it back. While I was editing it back, I kind of thought, oh my goodness, this is really boring and no one is going to be interested in this, but I need to just get over that self-doubt kind of feeling. I think I've just kind of told myself that people watch me for that taste of the sky life. I don't know why, but people are obsessed with my island. I was going to say I don't know why. I absolutely do know why. It's stunning. It's the most gorgeous, magical place, and it's got like energy in it. It's just, people get this connection to it. It's amazing. I love it. I absolutely do know why people would want a taste of that. But what I'm trying to say is I kind of feel like I'm just the person showing you guys what you want to see, which is the island and island life, and I don't think that anyone's actually interested in me, and like I'm just the person showing it. So I need to get over that self-doubt and be like, actually no, because what we've built here is a really nice community, and I feel like when I meet you guys in person, it's so nice and that connection, and so I don't know why I hold back from that on YouTube and on my other platforms, because yeah, it is more than that. It's like not a relationship. What do you call those? Parasocial relationship? I don't know what's the right word for it, but like, you know, it's a really nice community that we've built on here, and I do feel like we can have discussions and stuff. So I think it's about time I just kind of let you guys in on a bit of backstory about me, and get over this kind of self-doubt. Okay. I grew up on the Isle of Skye, so I've lived there all my life with my mum, my dad, my little sister. However, I've got like the biggest family ever in terms of like the extension of it. So I've just kind of grown up surrounded by a really close-knit family and unit, and it's been, yeah, it was really amazing growing up like that, and I feel really fortunate for my upbringing, and I just loved growing up on the island so much. Like I 100% want to raise a family there one day, and my partner Sorley is in the exact same mindset where he wasn't actually born in the Highlands, he's born in Glasgow, but he came up to the Isle of Skye to study at the Gaelic College, and he's like found a real connection with the place as well, and so hopefully one day that will be in the future. But yeah, my mum's side of the family is from Glasgow, and then like originally from Ireland, and the name Neve is Irish, so that maybe gives that connection away. And then my dad's side of the family is all from Skye, like native to the island, goes back generations, and my papa has now sadly passed away, but it was so nice growing up hearing all his stories of like the older generations, and I really want to lock them in before I lose them, and even like try and remember some of these stories enough to be able to reshare with you guys, because there's just so many good ones, and it's so sad that I feel like that's kind of fading out with the older generation, because we don't really storytell in the same way these days. I mean, I guess you would call this a form of storytelling, but it's not the same where you sit down and you tell stories. And we used to do that. Well, I'm saying we. I never did, but past generations would do that at ceilidhs. I think when people think of ceilidhs in Scotland, you just think of the dancing part, but there was more to it. It was about, it was telling stories, and it was people playing different instruments, and it just so cool, and I love it. And I just hope that we don't lose that kind of side of things. But as you can tell from that, I've got a pretty deep connection to the island, and I've grown up speaking Gaelic. Not as my first language, actually, because my parents sadly didn't speak it. Like I said, my mum was from Glasgow, so she just didn't even grow up around it. And then my dad, his family, like as in his parents, were of that generation where they sadly basically got it beaten out of them in school. There's no beating around that. I'm not going to put that nicely. They literally got the language beaten out of them in school. And I could do a whole other video on this, but I'm trying to keep this lighthearted, so I'm not going to get into all of that right now. But it's really sad, and it means that my papa only spoke a tiny bit of Gaelic to me, and my dad literally didn't have Gaelic at all, and just didn't grow up with it because they were told it was bad. So yeah, now I'm kind of at a stage where I really can see the value in it and how important it is to keep it going. So I'm really want to put in the effort to not only like keep it going for myself, but also promote that to my audience, because I'm really lucky that I've got a platform, and I've got a platform that stretches beyond the Gaelic community. And it's quite hard sometimes to, when people are in the Gaelic bubble, to reach people outside of it. Like, it feels very separate, whereas social media feels like a really, really good, useful bridge where you can push out the Gaelic language to a new audience and hopefully bring more people in. And so I think that's like a really big part of what I want to be doing. I've actually just got I actually can't even say this like normally because it's absolutely wild, but I am presenting my own TV show. Ta-da! And it's going to be showcasing what young people are getting up to on the island, kind of how they embrace the simple life, because I always share how I embrace the simple life myself and like what I get up to and how I live this island life. But not everyone lives it the same way, obviously, just the same as no one in the city is gonna, well, some people live the same lives, but you know, there's so many different things going on. So I thought it'd be really interesting to highlight what other young people are getting up to. They all have Gaelic, they all have amazing Gaelic, better than me probably. And it's just really cool, and there's so much talent as well, so it was really nice to get the opportunity to kind of shine a light on that. And it was an amazing experience. It was with BBC Alpa, which is our Gaelic broadcasting channel, but also with BBC Scotland. It's like a co-production. So incredible opportunity. I'm so grateful for it, and I had a blast. Like, TV presenting is the dream for me. I would absolutely love to become a TV presenter. I just feel silly saying that. Well, this is the thing. I did feel silly saying that because it just feels so unrealistic, especially coming from a Scottish island and like that small town mindset, and also just life up there just feels so far removed from these kind of opportunities, or at least it did before social media, which is really sad. Like, I just didn't think that that kind of pathway was possible for me because I wouldn't have any connections and the kind of opportunities you could get if you lived in the city with work experience and stuff. I wrote all of that kind of stuff off. I actually went and studied law, believe it or not, completely different from what I'm doing now, but I've got a law degree, Scots law. And yeah, I just didn't think that I would be able to do this, but now I'm saying that it sounds ridiculous me saying that I want to be a presenter, but actually I've presented my own show now, so I need to have more faith in myself. And also I want this to be like a motivation for anyone else who's kind of in self-doubt but has big dreams. It's so cringe. I know it's so cringe to be like, chase those dreams, like you never know, and like all of this, but like, I'm sitting here right now, I'm sitting in London. I don't know if you've noticed the background's different from home. I'm sitting in London in a hotel room getting ready to go to a photo shoot for a collaboration with a brand that I absolutely love called Ginny and Me. We're bringing out some tartan rain jackets. They're stunning. I can't wait to share it with you. If it's already live by the time this video is up, the link will be in my description if there's any still available. I don't know how quickly they're gonna go. It's insane. Like, that's insane. I can't explain to you, like, this is not normal for me. I hope you guys realize this. Like, it's not like I'm used to this life or this world. No. I find this crazy. And everyone else in my life is so far removed from this kind of weird world that they're so good at actually grounding me and being like, Neve, you realize this is insane? And I'm like, yeah, I know, and I don't know what's going on, and I feel like I'm in a weird dream. But yeah, it just, like, keep chasing those dreams. It's so cringe. I don't know how else to say it, and I would always be like, shut up. But now I'm staying here, so I'm like, you know what, you kind of have to just believe in yourself, which is funny because sometimes I don't, but you just need to believe in yourself. And I think not listen to anyone else's thoughts or opinions, because people are going to judge. No matter what you do, people are going to judge, so you might as well live your life for you and just go for it, because you literally get one shot at life. But I don't know, that was really cringe, and I don't really know how to be inspirational with that. It's just, yeah, I guess this would be quite a good time to talk about how I got into all of this. I was studying my law degree, and okay, a little bit of backstory before that though. I have always loved being in front of the camera. I'm a chatterbox and a little bit of a performer. Like, growing up, dancing was my thing. I actually almost went to dance college instead of uni. I loved it. I just felt like it was such an amazing way to express myself and stuff. And even before that, going back on home movies, before I knew what vlogging was, before vlogging was even maybe a thing, I don't know, I was like 4 years old, grabbing my family camcorder, being like, hey guys, we're on holiday, and then doing like room tour, and like, I hadn't watched, I don't think YouTube was even a thing back then, but if it was, I didn't have it, I didn't watch it, I don't know where I got it from, but I just always loved it. So the passion's always been there, but the thought that I'm like overcoming that kind of small town mindset to push myself out of my comfort zone, that came when I was doing my 3rd year of uni, because I had a year abroad in Valencia in Spain, best year of my life. And I kind of think just removing myself from my real life really helped me to just go for what I wanted to go for, and like, it was so much easier for me to block out those outside thoughts and other people's opinions and judgment and just go for it. So I started posting things that used my voice or my face, whereas before it would always be like an aesthetic clip of like a coffee being poured or something, you know? And I did rubbish on TikTok during that time. Yeah, I did. But I kept going because it didn't really matter to me. I just loved it. I loved it so much. It was just a hobby, and it was a creative outlet for me. And it made me feel less alone. That sounds kind of sad, but it's just, you know, obviously living in a different country and stuff. And I had my group, an amazing group of people, but I still felt lonely, and doing this made me feel less alone. I don't know if that's loser behavior, but yeah. And I loved it. I'm really passionate. Like, I get excited taking content. I love it. Anyways, so I kept going, even though the videos did absolutely rubbish. No one could care less that I was doing a year abroad, fair enough. And I came home that summer so sad. I felt like my life was over, but actually it was just the beginning, which is insane. It was the beginning of all of this. I came home, I was so sad. I didn't want to do law, I knew at this point, and I was like, what am I going to do once I graduate next summer? I felt like I'd lost the best time of my life, and yeah, I was down in the dumps. So I just filmed a day in the life at home, thinking, this is so boring. This is not the insane cool lifestyle that I see people post online when they're traveling the world, they're living in another country, they're skydiving, like, people are doing crazy things. I'm literally just at home, it's a rainy day, to me, what was an ordinary day in my life, I just documented because I knew that creative outlet made me feel good, and I wanted to feel better. So I did it, posted it, and the very first one, got over 1 million views. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Like, this is insane. No, I didn't actually react like that. That's so funny. I was probably screaming. I just don't want to hurt your ears, but I was probably screaming. So I posted a second one, and it got like 7.5 million views. And then I was like, okay, no, we actually are onto something. This isn't just like a fluke of a viral video. People enjoy this. And I think people enjoyed it because it was more real, and it wasn't flashing off this lavish lifestyle that's like, I mean, seriously, who is actually going to I don't know, but that's a stupid example, the skydiving one. But I'm just trying to think of like the content I was consuming at the time felt so far-fetched from my reality. So I think maybe, and this is just me guessing, because obviously I don't have a clue, and I always question, how did I get so lucky that my videos performed well? I don't know. But I think people just like that cozy comfort and normality and simplicity, and I think it's something that we were all craving, because, and we all do crave, because the life is just so busy and stressful and overwhelming. So yeah, I completed my final year at uni after that, but focused more time into creating content than getting my degree. And I finished that summer, and I was in a position where I could then basically go full time, but I was too scared to. So instead what I did was pick up a content creator job at a local company, and they said to me I could do my own stuff at the same time as doing that. So I thought, that's perfect. And it was great. It was perfect. It was a great way to ease myself into this weird life and lifestyle that comes with it. Because obviously you're your own boss, and you don't really have anything to show up for, but you actually do, and you just need to be quite disciplined with it and stuff. Anyways, it was really good, but I did that up until Christmas, and then I thought, no, like, I want to put all my effort into this. Like, if I'm gonna try and make this work, I want to know that I gave it 100%. And so I left that job, and I got my management, and I've been with them ever since, and it's just been an absolute whirlwind of a year. So this was only Christmas last year, so it's not even been a year of me doing content creation full time. And that's wild, because I just feel like so much has happened, and I am proud of myself. I feel like I have achieved a lot, but I'm Scottish, okay? I get embarrassed I can't big myself up. Like, I get embarrassed talking about this kind of stuff. I can't go into that. But I was reflecting just last night, writing in my journal about things that I've accomplished and achieved this year, because don't get me wrong, I still constantly feel kind of anxious and this pressure that not that I'm not doing enough, but I'm in a very, very, very fortunate position, and I just don't want to take advantage of that, and I want to use my platform to do good things and use it right, and know that I don't know, that I want to still work really hard, basically, because I know there's this misconception that content creators like have it really easy, but I think I do work hard. I try to. I feel like I'm more one of those people who is like, I don't know, growing up I was very much an overachiever. I think that kind of tells when I say I studied law. But I would rather be doing too much than too little, which is also kind of not good, right? But yeah, I just feel like with this job I'm just like constantly like I feel like I have this need to prove that I am actually working hard, and I'm not just like sitting on this opportunity, prove to myself and to others. And it's not coming from anyone. Like, my parents are so supportive of what I do, my management are so good to me, all my friends, like all my family are so encouraging, and it's never like shunned upon, is that the right word? I don't know, or whatever, but it's just a thing, okay? I'm just being honest. I said this was going to be a little bit of like a more personal, deep chat, and yeah, that is just something that comes with it sometimes. But I know I'm not the only one that feels like that in this industry. I've spoken to other people, and that kind of made me feel like, okay, that's a normal feeling. But yeah, last night I wanted to take the time to reflect on how far I've come since joining this management, because the last time I was in London, okay, no, I came to London with my family, but the last time I was in London for work, I stayed at this exact hotel, and it's a very small hotel. It's like a boutique. It's called the Lime Tree, and it's so cute. I love it so much. And I stayed here, and it was when I was meeting my management for the first time. And it was when I was just kicking off this full-time job, and I was in a completely different headspace, and I was so nervous about how it was going to go and if I'd made the right decision. And last night I was just reflecting on how far I've come since then, and it felt like a really nice full circle moment. And I think sometimes it's really important to sit and reflect on things like this, as much as it's maybe uncomfortable. Like, yeah, I found it a little bit uncomfortable being like, oh, and I achieved this and I achieved this, like, but I think it's important, because if you don't, you're just gonna like move through life too quickly. And it's like you have all these goals, everyone's got goals, and then it's like you reach them. How long do you stay in that position where you're like content with the fact you've reached that goal before you want more and before you're on to the next thing? Like, everyone's just constantly like more, next. It's almost that kind of it's never enough approach. And do you know what? Where I am in my career right now, having just presented a TV show, and I'm shooting a collection in collaboration with a brand I love, and I've worked with amazing brands, and I've got to go on amazing trips and opportunities. Where I'm at right now, even though I've been doing this full time for less than a year, was like my ultimate goal at one point. Obviously it's not now, because I've achieved this and I'm like, okay, I want to do more, I want to do better, I want to use this platform for good, and yada yada. If I ever got to go on a brand trip, that would be like, I've made it. Like, that's insane, that's such a dream. If I ever got to have my own TV show or be a presenter, no, that's like peak. That is like the ultimate goal. Like, those were huge things. And I feel like it's so easy to just be like caught up in it all and be like on to the next thing. So yeah, just taking some time to kind of embrace it all and embrace where I am now. And there are so many things that I want to do, but I also don't want to rush the process, because it's amazing, and I feel so fortunate, and I feel so fortunate with the community that I have online. Like, that is the ultimate best part. I think just I can even come on here. I've been yapping for 23 minutes, and I know that I can just put this online without having to edit it or filter it, because I'm scared of being judged, because I think my community, especially on YouTube, because I feel like it's the real ones who will sit down and listen to me yap for 20 minutes, you know? It's just so supportive and encouraging, and it means the absolute world to me. And I just hope you guys know that I will never take it for granted. And I also, I look at every single message. I am quite bad at replying sometimes. Guys, I'm bad at replying to my mum's text messages. It's just, I'm so bad at it. But I read them all, and they mean the world to me. And that sounds so cringe, because like, who do you think you are? I read all your messages. But I want you guys to know that I see them, and I really do appreciate them, and I appreciate all your support so much. Like, I don't think you'll ever know, because I can't express it. But yeah. I guess I could do a part 2 now that I've kind of all the things that I can think of speaking about. If you guys want anything else, and if there's enough questions in the comments, I'll do a part 2, because I think, yeah, I don't really know what you guys want to know about me, but that's just kind of the backstory that I can think of to how I'm here right now. And I also have to go, because like I said, I've got a photo shoot to attend. What the hell? Like, that's not normal. Okay, anyways, yeah, I don't have a word. Usually I do like a word at the end of my videos, but I think if you guys have any further questions or things that you want to know about me, I can either answer them in the comments or do a part 2 video, because I actually really like just sitting down and yapping. I could probably do it forever. Also on that note, I feel like I'm entering a new era and I'm going to be spending a lot more time at home because life's just been a bit too crazy the past few months. As much as, like I said, I've loved it and I've loved the opportunities, I also was saying I don't want to rush through everything. And I do need to slow it down a wee bit again just for my own sanity and spend some more time at home. Practice what you preach, basically. So yeah, content wise, if you guys have anything that you've been missing from me, you want to see more of, like something different that you kind of want to see, I'm all ears. I'm really all ears. But on that note, I will love you guys and leave yous. If you haven't subscribed, bit of a random video to watch for the first time from me. It's quite different to my other ones, but if you enjoyed, please do subscribe. I'd love to have you around. And yeah, I don't know, I feel kind of weird, just kind of exposed myself. Okay, I love you guys so much. Cheery!